Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week we've got the new MTC Mamba Lite scope on test, but before that, Andy Watkins is heading back to the golf course for a nocturnal rabbiting session.
I'm just at the golf club now waiting for it to get a bit darker, and we're going to do some night vision shooting in a bit. I'm just going to talk you through my rifle quickly in the daylight. So what it is, it's just an Air Arms S200 with a Hawk Air Max on top. That's held on with some 25mm low sports match mounts. I've also got a hamster on the bottom. I just find this really helps when shooting with a night sight, because if I'm shooting my heads up or even on the scope cam, I can just look there, look at the screen or the screen up there, and it's a lot more comfortable for me. I've also got a sling on here, nice and handy attachment, just to keep your both arms free really, and that's about it. Really love this rifle, a 200, really accurate gun. Yes, I'm looking forward to putting it to good use tonight, hopefully on the rabbits. What we've got to do now is wait for it to get a bit darker. Right here now on the golf course, it's gone dark. It is 11:20, so it's getting on a bit. Got the night vision. Just going to put the night sight on the Air Arms S200 now and head out after the rabbits. We've had a quick scan round, haven't seen a lot. It's a full moon today, which isn't ideal, and we've just had a fox around, so the rabbits might be a little bit thin on the ground, which is not ideal. Like I say, we'll chuck the night vision on and see how we get on. Well, the night vision is all set up now. We've got the Nite Site Wolf on top. You've seen this in the day just a bit ago, so I won't go through it again. But what we're just going to do now is head out and stalk up on a few rabbits. Now the driving range, I know from previous experience, is a good place to start, so we'll see if there's anything down there. Okay, so there's a rabbit just ahead of us now. The laser's picked it up at 65 yards, so I'm going to give it 4.5mm dots holdover. Yeah, I'm going to go for the headshot, of course, because that's the way to do it. Really nice shot there. Like I said, picked the rabbit up about 65 yards, so a real good shot there for the S200 and the night sight combo. Let's go and pick him up. So here's the rabbit, still steaming. I hit it actually, I think that's the exit wound, but I hit him in the head somewhere. I can't really see it. It's a very wet rabbit now, and it bounced around for a little bit. That was just the nerves, and came to a nice stop here on the green. So a nice rabbit there. I'm just going to gut it now, and then it'll be ready to go into the freezer and ready for the pot. But the groundsman and the greenskeeper should be happy with that one. So I'll move on now, same as we've been doing, just walking around and see if we can come across a couple more. So I'm just gutting the rabbit now. Be careful not to puncture the gut. This will just save a job when I get home. I can sling it in the hedge. This one was a female. Get everything out of there. See the lungs there, you can see it's nice and healthy, and the heart. Well, that one's ready for the freezer pretty much. Well, we're not having the success that I was hoping for. We've still only got the one rabbit. It's now 1 o'clock, so the night's drawing on. You might be able to tell my eyes are looking a little bit worse for wear, but we'll carry on going round. If I don't get anything on the walk back, I think it'd be a good idea to sit just on the driving range, because I know that the rabbits often just come out on the edge of there. So yeah, like I say, we'll just sit on there and wait it out, see if something pops out. But for now, we'll continue our stalk round. I mean, it's a lovely night. The moon's out. Not ideal for rabbit shooting, because the rabbits can see us and we can't necessarily see the rabbits as well. But it is what it is. So we'll carry on our little walk. I've just spotted a rabbit. He's really not close. He's about 70 yards on the laser. So that's 5mm dots. There's no wind today, so I'm pretty confident in taking that shot. I know this rifle groups really well at long range. So let's have a shot at this one. Well, there we go. That was a really tidy shot there, just bowled straight over. Yeah, really pleased with that. Let's go and get him. Well, as you saw there, we had another really long range shot again, about 70 yards, so 5mm dots holdover. It's a young rabbit, was what I could see through the scope. And I went for a headshot once more. The rabbits really aren't letting us get anywhere near them today. Just this moonlight is killing us really. It's just lighting us up like Christmas trees, and we just can't even really get within 100 yards. So anything sort of 70 yards and under is pretty much what we're going for. As you can see, maybe from our breath, there's not a lot of wind. Well, barely any wind to worry about. So that's one less thing. But walk over to this one now and see if we did hit him in the head where we aimed. So as you can see, I think this is the exit wound here, right behind the eye. So a pretty textbook shot. I think that was the entry wound going off where he was sat. Again, quite a young rabbit this one, but on the driving range you can't really afford to have rabbits digging holes. So I'm going to head back to the car now. Not to go home necessarily, but we've been shooting a little bit at targets, just making sure that the night vision's set up properly. We're still experimenting with it a little bit, and we've run the air a little bit low on the 200. So I'm going to pop back to the car, just quickly swap the night vision over onto the Air Arms S200, which is my other rifle. I anticipated that we might run out of air just from, like I say, experimenting. And then what I'm going to do is there's a little fence line going alongside the golf course. Just going to walk that. Hopefully we'll get something in, and then we'll probably call it a day then, because it's getting on for 3 o'clock now. So yeah, we'll switch it over and take it from there. So here we are then, just got the S410 now. One of the things that's a little bit different about this one than the S200 for night shooting is it doesn't have the hamster on, which I find incredibly useful. So what it means is it's just a little bit more uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's still very manageable. Another difference you'll notice is I've got a different scope on here. Here I've got the Nikko Sterling, so it's a mil-dot scope rather than the Hawk half mil-dot. But we're just going to have a stalk around on here. You can see the gravel track and see if there's any rabbits just along the fence line. So there's a rabbit here, he's really close. I don't have the rangefinder, but I can see that he's about 20-25 yards. So I'm just going to go on for a straight on shot. It's bang on my zero. Yeah. He rolled straight over. Perfect headshot there, and he's just kicking slightly. Yeah, real nice. Let's go and retrieve him. There we go. That's 3 rabbits on the ground. It's now time update, 3:30. So getting on a bit, feeling it. Time to go home and get some sleep, I think.
Andy Watkins putting in a serious night shift there. And now it's the Airgun Show news.
This is the Airgun Show news. Ian Bell is to become the new Chief Executive of BASC. The Army Brigadier, currently the head of the British Armed Forces in Germany, will take up BASC's top position in February when his current posting ends. He said that it's a huge honour and privilege to work for the organisation, and that he's determined to ensure the association remains at the forefront of the UK's shooting community. Jack Harris is the World Field Target Champion after he topped a field of over 300 at the championships at Glanusk Estate. The Air Arms shooter finished on 139 to pip his fellow Welshman Dorian Falconer to the top spot. Jack is on top form, having won the BFTA Grand Prix earlier this year. Full results are available at wftc2017.wales. Politicians have come out in support of shooting as party conference season rolls on. Labour's Shadow Environment Secretary, Sue Hayman, said she wanted to work closely with BASC and spoke of the importance of high standards of best practice. At the Lib Dem conference, Alistair Carmichael MP applauded the conservation work of shooters and said our interests would always have a willing audience. And at the Tory conference, the Countryside Alliance hosted a breakfast reception attended by the current Environment Secretary, Michael Gove. And finally, don't forget to pick up the new issue of Airgun Shooter on sale now. It's got everything you need to succeed on autumn hunts, from tips for roving stalks to how to use natural food supplies to your advantage. Plus, there's a review of an ultra-quiet bullpup, 4 budget guns going head-to-head, and the chance to win a BSA Ultra XL. Get Airgun Shooter in good news agents now, or subscribe at myfavouritemagazines.co.uk. That was the Airgun Show news.
Look out for the new and improved Airgun Shooter magazine, packed full of technique, gear and insight from some of the best shooters in the industry. Brand new look and free video content. Pick up your copy today in stores or online.
The MTC scope range has seen a major overhaul this year, and I'm pleased to say that that's included the return of the Mamba Lite, which has been revamped and now includes an illuminated reticle for enhanced performance in low light conditions. This is the 3-12x42 model, which retails for £219. There's also a 4-16x42 version, and that one costs £239. Both models are extremely well constructed. They're shockproof, water resistant, and have been nitrogen purged to stop them from fogging up in the damp. Apart from being built to withstand proper use and whatever the elements can throw at it, this scope also performs very well on the optical front. The 42mm objective lens does a good job of drawing light in, and the lenses have been multi-coated to optimise light transmission. And the 25mm tube doesn't seem to cause any compromise. The result is a bright, clear sight picture with good sharp edges. One of my favourite things about this scope is that it isn't too big. There seems to be a bit of a trend for oversized scopes at present, but bigger doesn't always mean better. At just a shade over 570 grams, the Mamba Lite won't add too much weight to your combo, and at around 31 centimeters long, it's certainly not unwieldy. It may not be huge, but this scope still boasts a zoom range of 3 to 12 times, which should cover just about everything you could ask of it in the hunting field. On lower magnification, it performs very well in low light conditions, plus you get a wider field of view and a deeper depth of field. Set it up to above 10 times and you've got the degree of precision that you need for long range bipod work. The adjustment dial is clearly marked and turns very smoothly. Equally smooth is the side parallax wheel. It dials right down to just 10 meters, which is going to come in very handy for close range pest control. Wind up the magnification and you can also use it for range estimation by reading off the distance when the target snaps into focus. I really like the windage and elevation turrets on the new MTC Mamba Lite. Most of all because they're nice and low, so they shouldn't get in the way of a scope mounted lamp or other accessories. Screw off the caps and they're very clearly marked for direction of adjustment. They're also finger adjustable, so you don't require any tools for zeroing. The turret dials turn with very clear steps to eliminate any guesswork. They're 1/4 MOA, which means that one click adjusts the point of impact by 1/4 of an inch at 100 yards. That means you'll need 4 clicks to shift it 1/4 of an inch at 25 yards. The Mamba Lite features the SC-B2 reticle, which offers aiming points above, below and on either side of the crosshair. It means you've got plenty of reference points to compensate for the wind or the rise and fall of the pellet without the sight picture looking too cluttered. It's also a very nice fine reticle, which I really like. And the fast focus ring at the ocular lens enables you to get the reticle absolutely pin sharp to suit your eye. This model also features a reticle that can be illuminated for improved contrast when shooting against dark backgrounds. And that's likely to go down very well with anybody who shoots rabbits or rats at night. The on-off switch is on the end of the parallax dial, and the level of illumination can also be adjusted to suit the conditions you're shooting in. This scope even comes with a set of MTC's magnetic flip-up lens covers. They do a great job of keeping dust and grime off the lenses, and you even get the clear magnifier at the rear. Now you don't need it for reading the turrets as you do with the Viper model, but you could still use it to magnify the parallax reading. So that's the new MTC Mamba Lite in 3-12x42 guys. It's a great all-rounder that really should cut it in the hunting field and on the HFT range. It really is a very impressive optic, especially when you consider that it costs less than £220. It even comes with a 1-year warranty that you can boost to 5 years by registering with MTC. That's all for this week, but we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, it's time you joined the organisation that works to promote and protect your sport.